Okay guys, so you guys can see here, Dusk, Dusklight version 1.2.0 is finally here. So this is the new release. It came out 51 minutes ago, by the way. So what's new? Added experimental D3D11 Windows and OpenGL ES Android graphic back. This allows Dusk to run on devices that don't support Vulkan 1.1, D3D12, or Metal. But be warned that performance and accuracy may suffer. These backends are provided on the best efforts basis. So be careful with that. If you don't have a device that supports anything of the normal and you're gonna be using this, you might have some problem. Cap FPS options, set any frame rate limit. Perfect. Added area output resampling options, smoother resampler for both upscaling and downscaling from internal resolution. Many fixes and improvement in interpolation. Better achievement logic for Skybook characters. Autosave safety. No autosave after loading a state. No autosave after reset, etc. That is good. So autosave doesn't screw you over in your playthrough. Ctrl-R to reset now triggers on releases like button combos. Option to remove button binds with only controller. Press the same button again. Option to enable and disable texture replacement in-game. Various crashes on platforms, Goron mines and elevators and others. We did not have any problems, at least on the Mac with 1.1.1. In the Goron mine elevators, we didn't have any problem with that. Off-center aim reticle on devices with safe area, notches in the screen, cameras, etc. So that's for your phones. Minimap texture replacements regression in 1.1.1.1. I didn't notice anything different from the minimap. Soft lock on title screen when resetting while saving. Also didn't counter that. Item wheel, pause, suffer. Now displays and synchronize, not interpolate frame. Didn't have that problem. How keyboard, now it's working properly. Shoulder buttons incorrectly setting analog values. Never had that problem. Oh, okay, and sand jump locations. Okay, so that is good. Fast tears of light bug when tears could travel out of bounds. Okay, that's fixed. That we did not encounter that, and we already did the final tiers. macOS game mode on macOS 26. That is great. So this means that now game mode is on, but it was on before, so maybe this means that it's now taking full advantage of it. Darn, if I was getting around 200 frames per second, I mean 150 to 200 frames per second, that means that now it probably goes even higher. We have to test that. Booting on Mac OS 14 and possibly booting on x64. So if you're running anything, the Intel Macs, they got you covered. You go run good. Roll goal completion to scale better with bigger wallets. Okay, that's interesting. Dusklight gives better info when graphic packs fail to load. Allow transform level in editor to go up to 15. Copy delete effect on save screen. Okay, no issues. No solution has been found for the Adreno drive issue yet. So that is pretty much all we have. So there's quite a few things. We're gonna try the cap FPS, and of course we're gonna try see how it runs with the game mode. Now that supposedly it should be working, right? So we'll see how that goes. But all the other stuff, I have not encountered any of that stuff. So let's go and jump into the game and see what happens. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have to download it. So same as always, since I'm using a Mac, M1 Mac, I have to go here, Mac OS ARM 64 zip, and you're just gonna click it and download it. Only 26.6 megabytes, nothing. So you just do that, and just like all the other times, you're gonna open it up, delete the old one, and move this one. Okay, so let's do some changes first, of course. Go to settings. And oh, another thing that I want to tell you guys, that since 1.1.1, it's very easy to access the data folders. You just have to go here and just select open data folder, and it's gonna take you right to where you need to go to put your mods. No problem. So graphics pack, have metal there. Now I am gonna see how, let's turn off VSync and let's turn on the, where was it? Unlock frame rate unlimited or cap. Okay, so you can now cap it. 240. 40 to 41. Okay. That's great. Cap it. Cap it at 240 and see what happens. Normally this game doesn't go up to 240, at least mine. Here. But we'll see, because if they added that new game mode option, which I can tell you right now, I can see on my second screen, I can see that is turned on. So that should be no problem there. Great. That is turned on there. In fact, let me see if I can see it from here. Yeah, it says it's turned on. Can't see it. I can see it, but yeah, it says game mode on. Hopefully this time it is actually working. So we got that, and oh, and we can toggle the texture packs here, which is great. That's really awesome. Disable cutscene pair boxing. That's over there. So that is pretty good. Input stuff is nice. Nothing else I have to change here. Let me check the audio, because that was okay. So 80%. Yeah. Check it. Always make sure to check it, because in the original release it's 80%. I always run my 80%, because 80% to me, with my headphones or my TV speakers, it sounds the best. You know, it's not too high or not too low, and you can just control it with your volume controller, no problem. When we got 1.1.1, it actually went down to 60%, which I find that is way too loud, way too low. I mean, so we have enabled reverb, spatial, does like menu sounds. So everything's here, and of course, Midnight Lament. You want to hear that song fully, of course. So it's there. Mirror mode, minimum hub. Pretty much everything else here is pretty much the same. You got the same cheats from the looks of it, yeah. An interface, yeah. I think here is pretty much normal. You know, and oh yeah, the other settings, the advanced settings, I'm gonna show you those, but obviously those have to be games. So go here. Yeah, that's my main save, the one that I'm doing for the playthrough. Okay. Ooh, okay, let's just press. Make sure that you click on the window, press Fn and F1. Here's the settings, and let's actually get that frame rate counter here on the bottom right. 153, that's what we're getting around. VSync is off, obviously. So everything is there. Cap is good, but let's put it on unlimited to be which is goes. And now this is gonna be pretty cool, because now we can toggle the how you say this, the texture packs. Now, one thing that I gotta say, I cannot move this window here. I cannot move it around, sadly. I wish you could. but you cannot, and every time you click on it, it moves the thing. So let's turn it off, and let's see. Okay, so this is the game with the texture pack off, as you guys can see here. Now, just see that the performance actually went down to 120 because the texture pack is off, which is actually really crazy that because the texture pack is off, it's gonna go to 120. Now, let me see and make sure that that is not capped. So, FN, F1 again, settings, and let's see if that didn't cap it. No, actually, no, it is. And when we turn the texture pack on, boom. So the texture pack actually makes it not only makes it better, but it makes it run better. Look and run better, man. That's a crazy jump, you know. But yeah, the max normally you're covering around that one. Well, at least in this area, around that 140 or 120 when you're not moving around. That 120, yeah, it went down to 120. So it is interesting that it's staying stable in some places, which is good. But I wonder what's actually determining that. You know, because nothing crazy is really going on here. And I have the frames, but still, 120 is... Dude, that's actually pretty darn good. And at least when I was doing the Gorons, I was doing was hovering 140. But but when you get to these areas, look at that. 180, that's crazy good. It's actually crazy good. What we're getting here right now, just in this little spot. And I don't see any screen tearing right now. Let me just, well, there is a little bit. Yeah, I saw a little bit. But yeah, this thing is running pretty good. So on my next video of the playthrough, I'll be doing it with the uncapped, you know, with the frame rates there at 240, because it normally doesn't go to 240. So you guys can actually see it and see how it runs, because this is where we're starting on the next one. So that's pretty cool. Now the other menu, the last thing that I have to show you guys, and is because is the secret menu, if I remember correctly, is FN Shift F1. Here it is. Now this is the save editor, the open data folder, state share. The other thing is that it gives you, you know, the disable water refractions, collisions, gives you a lot of stuff. And this is how you do the actor spawn, which lets you, you know, pick an actor, basically character based on their ID number, which I don't know, and basically you can scale them and the angles and all that, and spawn them and spawn how many of them you want. So that's pretty cool, but not something that I'm really gonna be using. Don't need to use that, honestly. But that's pretty much it for what they did. Like I said, mostly under the hood stuff, and we'll see when I do the playthrough video, which is probably gonna start after this one gets uploaded. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, that does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.